The Expanse, Season 2 Recap. Episode 1 Safe. On Earth, Avasarala blames Johnson for the destruction of the Danager. She is also beginning to mistrust Aaron Wright and hires private security. The Rocinante crew learns that the proto-molecule is from outside the solar system and decides to hide their sample from the Anubis in a debris field. Aboard a Martian ship headed for Phoebe Station, Draper argues for war with Earth, but her commanding officer firmly disagrees. After arriving at Phoebe, they destroy the station. Episode 2 Doors and Corners. In a UN meeting, Aaron Wright decides to destroy the Martian moon Deimos as retaliation for the destruction of Phoebe Station. While on Tycho Station, the Rossi and Johnson's OPA assemble a team to attack Thoth Station, where the data of the Eros experiment went. Here they find a group of network people and manage to capture one. They also locate Dresden, who tells them about the infinite possibilities of the proto-molecule, but is killed by Miller. Episode 3 Static. Back on Tycho Station, Holden releases his anger towards Miller for killing Dresden, while Alex is suffering from survivor's guilt since 25 Belters didn't survive Thoth Station. It is then revealed that Cortazar, the captured scientist, has been made unable to feel any empathy, so Holden fails getting through to him, but Amos, who can be described as somewhat unemotional at times, succeeds. Miller decides that the infected Eros must be destroyed by rigging it with explosives and battering it towards the sun with a Nauvoo. Episode 4 Godspeed. Thanks to the coordinates provided by Johnson, Avasarala finds and links a derelict stealth ship to Jules Mao and questions him. On Tycho Station, the Nauvoo is set on a collision course for Eros. Miller and Diego set out to rig the asteroid with explosives, while the Rossi finds a ship attached to Eros and destroys it after it disobeys. The debris hits one of Miller's bombs and he's forced to hold the detonator. The collision with the Nauvoo is imminent and he decides to go down with Eros, but to everyone's surprise, Eros dodges the Nauvoo and is now headed for Earth. Episode 5 Home. With an infected Eros heading towards them, the UN fires half of their nuclear arsenal towards the asteroid, but are blinded when Eros disappears from radar. As an act of desperation, Earth gives control of their missiles to Johnson and the Rossi, but they also fail. Miller deduces that Julie is still alive and has infected the proto-molecule back. He then finds her and convinces her to steer Eros towards Venus, where they both die from the collision. Episode 6 Paradigm Shift. 137 years ago, Epstein unintentionally invents the Epstein drive, and with it starts Mars's independence. Of the missiles fired by Earth, 30 are missing. Johnson has taken them as a bargaining chip. The Rossi crew discuss what to do with the proto-molecule sample they hid in a torpedo. Beaten by 2-1, Naomi fakes the torpedo's launch. On the moon Ganymede, Draper's ship is destroyed in orbit and her team killed. When she becomes conscious, she sees a humanoid alien figure standing over her. Episode 7 The Seventh Man. Bobby Draper is rescued by Martian Marines, and on board their ship tells her story of a seventh man, from which the UN Marines were fleeing. Back on Tycho, Johnson wants Dawes to be their representative, but he rejects the offer, since he believes that peace is not beneficial for the Belters. Later that day, Dawes discovers Johnson's secret weapon, Cortazar, and kidnaps him. Episode 8 Pyre. Through a video, Dawes confronts Johnson and tells him that he will give Cortazar's information about the proto-molecule to the Belters. Some Belters take Fred and Drummer captive and demand they hand over the nukes, but Holden, Amos and the crew save them. Drummer and Naomi find out that the proto-molecule signal was coming from Ganymede. Prax, a survivor on Ganymede, together with Holden and Naomi, find out that his daughter is still alive and taken by a protogen scientist, Lawrence Strickland. Episode 9 The Weeping Somnambulist. To gain entry to Ganymede, Holden and the Rossi crew commandeer the Weeping Somnambulist. Upon landing, the ship is boarded by some dog workers. In the firefight that ensues, Santichai is killed. At the Peace Summit, Draper is pressured by Avasarala and reveals about the alien she saw on Ganymede. On the Arbogast, the fact-finding mission to Venus yields result when they see the impact crater is teeming with proto-molecule life. Episode 10 Cascade. On Earth, Aaron Wright confesses to Avasarala about his collaboration with Jules Pierre Mao, while Draper escapes from her room to see the ocean. Once there, Avasarala shows up and tells her that the alien she saw was a new Martian weapon. Prax and the Rossi crew find an information dealer on Ganymede, who shows them that May and Strickland are still alive. Episode 11. Here There Be Dragons. Back on Earth, Draper attacks Martins, forcing him to reveal Project Caliban, the creation of super soldiers via the protomolecule. She then flees to the UN and requests political asylum, and informs Avasarala about Caliban. Ava then receives a message from Jules Mao, who wants to meet. The Rossi crew find the scientists working on the protomolecule. A firefight ensues and a hybrid breaks free, killing the scientists and escaping. Episode 12. The Monster and the Rocket. Ehrenreich poisons the Martian Defense Minister Korshunov to regain a position of strength with Mao. In a meeting with Avasarala, Mao is ordered by Ehrenreich to kill her. On Ganymede, Naomi, Amos and Melissa rescue 52 people off Ganymede by taking them aboard the Somnambulist, while Holden, Alex and Prax hunt the hybrid with the Rossi. However, they must cease the hunt to aid the Somnambulist getting through the Martian no-fly zone, with the hybrid having secretly boarded the Rossi. Episode 13. Caliban's War. On board the Rocinante, a fight with the hybrid follows. With great difficulty, the crew destroys the being by letting it chase a warhead into the ship's afterburners. Later, Naomi confesses to Holden about the protomolecule sample, which she has given to Johnson. With Mao bent on killing her, Avasarala and Kochar are eventually saved by Draper in her power armor. On Venus, the Arbogast, together with her crew, is completely disintegrated by the protomolecule and killed in Venus's atmosphere. On Io, it is revealed that May is still alive.